What's up guys, SoggyFlapjackes here, and welcome to my Far Cry 3 impressions video. Today I'm just going to be giving my impressions of the game, what I think of it, and why it's such an anomaly in the gaming community, and why maybe you shouldn't pick up this game despite what your friends may be telling you. So, a lot of people have been talking about Far Cry 3 is this great, just absolutely divine, amazing open world game that has everything you can want in an open world game with absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just an amazing island, amazing graphics, awesome storyline, this and that. And while some of that may be true, I don't really believe that to be entirely the case. First and foremost, the game's storyline really does suffer, and in my opinion, really doesn't provide adequately enough to make it a Game of the Year contender for 2012. I feel like a lot of other games like Skyrim, I don't know, Borderlands, let's say Fallout, I feel like those games are really the ultimate all-around open world game because they provide that awesome retail replay value of constantly going throughout the land and scavenging, but at the same time it provides a great backdrop to play with that makes it really interesting. Now Far Cry 3 is absolutely gorgeous, don't get me wrong. The graphics in this game are probably the best I've ever seen in any open world game, and as you can see there, the melee takedowns are extremely gruesome and really fun. I really don't ever get tired of doing those melee takedowns, taking out guys, and you know, rinsing and repeating. So yeah, the graphics are amazing, the sound design's very good. I feel like the voice acting from all of the main protagonists and antagonists were very well played. That being said, I feel like the storyline wasn't really set up very well, and to be honest, it's kind of shallow. I'm not going to give anything away, but I really didn't enjoy the story. I haven't even finished it yet, but honestly, I'm not even interested enough to finish it. The main allure to the game for me was the open world aspect of it and how awesome the island is. Now, there is so much shit to do on this island that if you don't care about a storyline, you will be absolutely fine playing this game to your heart's content, just roaming around the island, exploring, and doing a ton of stuff. Because don't get me wrong, there is a lot of stuff to do in this game. For instance, when you're going around the island, you're going to be encountering numerous different outposts that are held by certain rebels that have been contracted by the main antagonist of the game named Vlas. Now these outposts you have to basically assault and take them out, and then you're going to gain control of them for the local tribe that you're helping out. Now these provide a lot of varied gameplay because all of the outposts do kind of switch up the gameplay dynamics. Some you may want to encounter with long-range weapons, others you may want to attack with, let's say, your crossbow or just your knife in some instances. And yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can approach these outposts, and as you unlock new weapons in this game, you may want to experiment with different things because you can do that. Now you may say, well, what if you're experimenting and you die? Now the checkpoint system in this game is extremely lenient. If you die outside of a checkpoint after you've died, you are going to spawn right outside that checkpoint, and here I fall to my death like a noob. You're going to spawn right outside that checkpoint and be able to go back into it. So there's really not much gameplay difficulty in my opinion. I think the first few hours of the game were kind of confusing for me, getting the ropes of the gameplay of this game, as well as, you know, when to melee, when to shoot, this and that, how to take cover, because it does feel kind of clumsy at times, but once you get kind of used to it, it is very, very suitable, I guess, for the game, and it does really suffice as far as gameplay goes. Now, one thing that I wanted to say about gameplay that I really enjoyed personally was the fact that you can see your hands and all of the different animations that you do. This game does feel very immersive with the fact that you are constantly running, jumping, and you can hear Jason, who is the character you're playing as. You can constantly hear him, you know, running, jumping, scaling cliffs, scaling bars or staircases in this case. So really, it's very immersive. You feel like you are Jason, and as I said before, the graphics and sound really speak for themselves on the gameplay, as you can see right now. Now, other stuff you can do on the island involve wanted quests where you can go pick up a bounty, essentially, and then go and take out a target. Now, in all of these instances, you have to take out the bounty that you are trying to hunt down with only a knife, which does kind of get frustrating. I actually recently did a bounty quest at the beginning of this episode, so if you want to go see that guy who I actually knifed, that was actually the bounty. Another quest you can go on is a hunting quest, which I'm actually going on right now. You're seeing that on the screen, and I believe we're hunting a bear. And bears are actually pretty scary to hunt because you have to go into a cave, and you'll see right now. But yeah, you can do hunting quests, You can do wanted quests where you can hunt down bounties, and you can also do supply drop quests, which essentially you get in some sort of light vehicle and you try to go through a bunch of flares in a certain amount of time. It's basically a race to get to the spot, and if you don't get to it in time, you will lose. Now, the way to unlock more parts of the island in this game is you basically have to unlock radio towers, and you have to climb these towers and basically take out a jammer that is initially put in place by Vlas, who is the main antagonist once again, because he's trying to control the island. So yeah, taking out these radio towers and reestablishing them for your control is very beneficial, and you're going to want to do that. So the island's very massive. There's a shitload of stuff to do. You can hunt, you can craft a shitload of stuff, you can basically make out a skill tree to your heart's content. There is a skill tree, so every time you're killing people, you're unlocking EXP, and then you're going to be, you know, buying new upgrades with skill points that you unlock, and then those in turn are going to give you new skills that are represented in the form of a tattoo on your left arm. So, you know, these skills vary from being able to reload quicker to maybe being able to shoot a pistol off a zip line, which really has no purpose, and I don't know why they put that in the game. And as you can see here, you can also loot some corpses, which is pretty fun. Now, other than that, I really haven't played the multiplayer and co-op too much, so I can't really speak for that. As I said, this isn't a review, it's more of an impressions. So, yeah, other than that, I think it's a really good game, except I feel like it's really not going to appeal to a lot of people because it doesn't have much of a storyline. So if you're a kind of guy who likes open world games with a storyline, this is not the game for you. If you're a kind of guy who doesn't care about the storyline and who just wants to fuck shit up in an absolutely massive tropical island, this seems like a game that really might appeal to you and that you should definitely give a look. Now, this game has been out for a little bit, so if you are giving this game a look, maybe wait a tiny bit longer and it might come down in price in the near future. That's just my own personal opinion. Oh yeah, and another thing is, this game really relies heavily on hunting stuff to gain different weapon holsters and a lot of stuff. So if you don't like hunting animals, if you're against animal killing, I guess, this may not be the game for you because it's really important that you kill and skin lots of animals to make weapon holsters, to make wallets, to make rocket pouches, I don't know, whatever you want to do. So yeah, other than that, if I would review the game, I would give this game a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, so that's my impressions. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon.